Hey guys, good morning. So it's Saturday morning about 7 o'clock and I wanted to put a recipe in the crock pot before I go out for the day. So I wanted to share it with you. This is a vegetarian chili. A gal from my work had made it at a chili cook-off and it was really, really good. So I asked her for the recipe. So I'm going to read you the recipe. If you want it, please write it down. I don't have it in an email type form, and I don't want to type it all out. So here we go. 1 15-ounce can of black beans, and you do not drain. You put the whole can in the crock pot. 1 15-ounce can of red beans, and the following 3 beans you do rinse and drain and rinse. So red beans, 1 15-ounce can of white kidney beans. This is what happens when you do it first thing in the morning. I actually did Great Northern beans today. 1 15-ounce can of pinto beans, and I try to get reduced sodium when I can. 1 16-ounce can of baked beans. Now if you're sticking to vegetarian, you would get vegetarian baked beans, but I just got regular maple cured bacon. 1 11-ounce can of tomato puree. 1 4-ounce of diced green chilies. Calls for 1 cup of sweet corn. The corn is actually really good in there. I just put the whole bag in there. I've made this recipe a couple of times, and rather than keep like a 1/4 cup of corn into my freezer, I just put the whole bag in there. Garlic, onion, and then for the seasonings we have 4 teaspoons of chili powder. I forgot to take the cumin out. I have cumin in there. 1 tablespoon of cumin, 1 tablespoon of dried oregano, and 1 tablespoon of basil. And then it has, because it's vegetarian, these Morningstar crumbles, and there is 10 grams of protein for 1/2 cup. These are really good. Honestly, like, I would have never bought them had I not tasted it already in a dish. Yeah, tastes like meat. So the directions, so we're going to drain the beans and rinse them, except for the black beans and the baked beans, of course. And then I like to pre-cook my onion and garlic because I tried the first time putting them in raw and the onions didn't cook down. So I will, and I'll show you this too, but I'll pre-cook the onions with the garlic, season that, kind of like Rachel Ray says, add those layers of flavor. And then in the crock pot, you pretty much dump the corn, the crumbles, the rinsed beans, the non-rinsed beans, the chilies. And then what you do with the tomato puree, in a separate bowl, you put the tomato puree and then you put the seasonings in the tomato puree, so that's evenly dispersed, because the crock pot gets so full, if you just put the seasonings on top and try and stir it around, they don't really get dispersed evenly. So this way it kind of makes a sauce, and then you just mix that up. So again, I'll show you more, but here's the basic recipe. So see you in a minute. Okay, so here are the onions and garlic kind of cooking down. Oops, sorry, steam. I added some parsley, salt and pepper, just to add flavor. And then here's what's in the crock pot so far. I've got the green chilies, black beans, and baked beans. And then here are the beans drained and rinsed. It's a lot of beans. Alright, next step coming soon. Okay, so I added the onions and garlic. You can see how full it's getting already. Now I'm going to add the corn. Sorry, I'm doing this one-handed. And then here are the crumbles. And I'm going to stir it up and show you in a minute. So here's what it looks like all mixed up, and then I'm going to add the sauce with the spices and put the lid on it and cook for 6 hours on low. Okay, so next step is to make our little sauce. And I don't know if you want to see this or not, but maybe you do. So I'm going to film it. Okay, I lowered the camera just a little bit so you might be able to see it better. Yeah. So you're gonna put your tomato puree in a bowl. So the reason I don't film like every step of the recipe, I kind of show you in steps, but I don't show like me doing it, is because I think it's gonna take a long time and I think it's kind of boring. But let me know, maybe you guys wanna see more of like the measuring and all that. So we'll give it a little try. So this is the basil, and again, we're gonna do 1 tablespoon. I'm not like, you know, super specific with these. It's kind of more the merrier, I think. I could get the lid on. The other thing I noticed is when I'm cooking, I stick my tongue out, and I think I look pretty silly. So I'm gonna try and save you from that and watch my face. This is oregano. Again, 1 tablespoon. And we've got cumin, 1 tablespoon. This I wouldn't go over too much because I'm not like big on cumin. It's okay, but you know, I think too much can get bitter fast. Now, chili powder is calling for 4 teaspoons. I don't get out a separate teaspoon. I know a tablespoon is 3. So I do a tablespoon and then I do a little bit more and try to eyeball it. As you can tell, I watch a lot of Rachael Ray. So here's what it looks like, and this is where you just stir, stir, stir. And that's pretty dispersed. You can kind of see the texture of that. Very flavorful. I wouldn't want to just eat this. And I think you might be able to see the crock pot. So we'll give it a shot. Sorry if it's too far away. So I'm going to pour the sauce over the top. I feel like I need to get a tripod. Right now my camera is just sitting on books. But you know, it works. All right, I'm gonna bring you closer. Okay, so here's how the sauce looks. And you kind of just spread it around and just start mixing it up. You don't want like, you know, too much sauce in one spot. And again, I'm just doing this with one hand. So, I will show you when it's done what it looks like, if I can remember. I'll try to remember. Oops. As far as topping my chili, I like to put avocado or cheese, not together, but either or. And then, you know, I started out using sour cream to top it, but now I use Greek yogurt. And it took me a little while to get used to it, but I'm used to it now. So, there we go, 6 hours. Check and see how it looks. Alright guys, well I've got the washer on, so I hope you can hear me okay. But this is how the chili looks. Sorry about the steam. So yeah, you give it a couple stirs. And that's how it looks. So like I said, I usually serve it with avocado on top or cheese. And then some little, some Greek yogurt, or you could use sour cream. Try to see, that's a close-up. It kind of looks like meat. You can see the crumbles there. So if you're concerned about that, that's what, oops, steaming, sorry. Hold on. Alright, so that's how it looks. See you guys later. Bye.